Hello everyone on YouTube. This is a video about auto electrical. Auto electrical and regular electricity go hand in hand. Okay, so where to begin? One thing I learned, a trick of the trade, is what do all problems boil down to? One and or up to three different things, either shorts, opens, or high resistance. Shorts, aka short circuits, opens, open circuits, or high resistance. My trade instructor would say to us students, what if you're working on a battleship, starship, battle galactic spaceship? It always boils down to either shorts, opens, or high resistance. Now, you got to have some amount of resistance in an electrical system. So, for instance, with a light bulb, that thing inside the glass, that thing called the filament, that creates some amount of resistance. When you run electricity through wire, that's the longer that electricity is ran through a wire, the longer the wire which has electricity running through it, the more resistance there will be. That's why when you put a motor in an electrical circuit, that motor has all a very long very long strands of copper wire, and that creates some amount of resistance. And every time there's these little parts of the motor, when it spins, it'll make and break contact from the inner part, from the part of the motor that spins around. There's these little things that will make it break contact with the other side. Okay, so if you take that motor and you hold it in one spot, it's kind of like that concept of hot potato. If you hold a hot potato too long, it can scald your hand. Same thing. So, for instance, when I was using a die grinder, I was grinding on some metal, and I put too much. I wouldn't let the motor spin as fast as it should have, and it burnt up the motor. And now something else that I learned is this one trick of the trade trips up many do-it-yourselfers. Okay, because my auto electrical instructor, whose class I was in back in the day, he used to be an auto electrician out in the community. And so any do-it-yourselfer person that would put in, say, for instance, a more souped up car stereo, a new car stereo, and when they go to remove the old car stereo, they can cause nicks in the wires. And these nicks in the wires, it's easy to tell this cannot be a short circuit to what's called source voltage. It's easy. That's a given by process of elimination. This is not considered short circuit. Okay, it's not a completely, it's not an open circuit either. But so there's only one more that it could be, and that's high resistance. And so now a way to fix this problem is when you find the nick and or nicks in the wires, you would want to cut out the nick in the wire and make and to where there's a complete open in the circuit, and take the wire cutters and cut the ends of the wire cleanly off for each wire, and then strip the plastic and or rubber sheathing off of it, and then twist it back together. Twist the exposed metal of the wires together, and then wrap it up with electrical tape. Because if you leave it exposed, it could get moisture, and moisture causes rust, and rust is what is high resistance. Now, our trade instructor said that you ideally do not want to trace wires. Meaning, like, you don't want to take the voltage meter and stick the two prongs in the wire little by little, each small step of the way. He said ideally you would want to go to the automobile dealership and pay for the electrical diagram book, schematic book, or whatever it's called, that shows the electrical diagrams for that vehicle. Okay, now you can, worst comes to worst, trace down the wires, but every time you prick through the plastic sheathing to touch the metal part of the wire, when you remove that, the tip of the prong of the voltage meter, you want to cover up the holes with silicone caulk or glue or whatever it's called, silicone stuff. You know the stuff they put on fish tanks? Takes about 24 hours to dry, fully dry. Now, if you scratch the paint off of a metal surface in like a engine compartment, because paint is a natural resistor, like which creates like high resistance. And if you scratch through the paint and touch the metal, you can conduct electricity through the metal that way. Let's see here. Yeah, so it all boils down to shorts, opens, and or high resistance. And it don't matter if you're working on a small little radio or the whole electrical power grid. This basic knowledge applies to the biggest of electrical things and the smallest of them as well. And I'm trying to think what else. One time, one of the students in that auto electrical class, he unscrewed the light bulb and the electrical circuit system, and that's one thing that caused open circuit, as when he unscrewed the light bulb. It was still in the socket, it just wasn't fully screwed in place. And I'm trying to think what else. I noticed that my trade instructor, he modified these voltage meters that we would use to find any kind of problem in an electrical system. He modified the voltage meters to where they had a fuse built in, not actually built inside. It was actually, you could see it hanging on the outside of the voltage meter. But somebody asked the instructor, let's see, if you were making a really loud car stereo, would you just put in a higher amount of amperage or something like that? And he was like, well, no, you got to have the power to back it up. Oh yeah, all vehicles, unless they're all electrical or unless they're hybrid, standard gasoline powered vehicle or diesel powered vehicle usually has a 12 volt. What is it? Is it a 12 volt or 48 volt? No. It's like 12 volts. Yeah. 12 volts. They have 12 volt batteries, but like a semi truck will have like what is it? 24 volts. Now I seen this one auto electrical YouTube video that was in a mechanic shop of I think a school or something like that, or I don't even know if it was in a school. It just they looked all professional and everything, but they said something that was obviously not true. I could tell it was not true. Okay, remember this book called Healing from Hidden Abuse, which was written by Shannon Thomas. It talks about billboard businesses that look nice on the outside, but when you get underneath the surface, you can find out that it wasn't as cracked up as it wasn't all that it was cracked up to be. Now, there's something called a voltage regulator for the vehicle electrical system. This will make sure the voltage does not get too high, and it will make sure that it doesn't get too low. And I'm pretty sure they use this in solar power panel systems as well and whatnot. But I'm trying to think what else. But anyways, that's all I got for now. Till next time, bye.